Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have swatches to share with you for the June 2020 polish pickup. The theme for the month is cocktails and mocktails. The shop will open for pre-order on June 5th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the shop will close on June 8th at midnight. Everything that you see in the polish pickup shop is a pre-order, and shipping will commence approximately 3 to 4 weeks after the shop closes on June 8th. I have, I think, about 24 items to share with you this month. At least that's what the collage I made was. I think it had 24 squares in it for my thumbnail. So why don't we go ahead and jump right into it. The first polish that we're going to have a look at is from Alchemy Lacquers, and this is called Frambojito, and it is going to sell for $11.50, come in a 12 milliliter bottle. There will be 150 bottles available within the United States and 5 in the UK. It was inspired by a classic mojito with a raspberry twist. The Frambojito is a red-leaning raspberry jelly with pink to red to gold to green shifting shimmer with shades of scattered pink to red to orange to gold to green shifting flakes and gold microholographic glitter. This polish had an absolutely wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues, no running, no pooling. I had no staining. Nothing in there gave me any kind of difficulty to remove, and I did not notice any texture upon drying. So there you have Alchemy Lacquers Frambojito. The next polish that we're going to have a look at is from Dreamland Lacquer. This is Skooma. Skooma is going to sell for $12, come in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This was inspired by the illegal potion from the Elder Scrolls game, and it is described as a dark purple cream with glowing blue to purple shimmer. This polish had an absolutely excellent formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had no application issues at all, no running, no pooling, no staining. You might notice some brush stroking as you apply it, but they completely go away when it's dry and you won't notice them. This is not going to dry textured, and it will not be difficult to remove. My swatches of Dreamland Lacquer Skooma is showing you 2 coats and a glossy top coat. The next polish that we are going to have a look at is by Dany Vianna, and this is called Flounder Cocktail. It's going to sell for $11.50, come in an 11 milliliter bottle. There are 150 bottles available in the US and 10 in the UK. It was inspired by a drink made with orange juice and Curaçao blue. It is described as a bright yellow curly base with blue UCC flakies. This polish had an absolutely phenomenal formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues. There was no running, no pooling. I had no staining. This is a yellow, so I always recommend a base coat when you wear a yellow polish, just because yellow polishes do tend to stain. I didn't have the problem, but I only wore it for a few hours, so your results may vary. This is 2 coats and a glossy top coat. The next polish is from Cupcake Polish, and it is called Pink Lemonade. It is going to sell for $13. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. This was inspired by Pink Lemonade, and it is described as a pink cream nail polish that is packed with orange to gold to green shifting aurora iridescent shimmer. The formula on this was absolutely excellent. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had no application issues. There was no running, no pooling. I had no staining. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. This does start out a little bit sheer on the first coat. I did need 3 coats to achieve full opacity, but this does dry pretty glossy on its own, although I always recommend a good glossy top coat. For this one, I use Glisten and Glow, which is also available from the polish pickup. It is nice and glossy and dries very fast. So here you have 3 coats of Cupcake Polish's Pink Lemonade and a glossy top coat. The next polish that we're going to have a look at is from Cuticula, and this is Purple Passion. It is going to sell for $12, come in a 15 milliliter bottle. There is no cap. This was inspired by a Purple Passion cocktail. It is described as a deep purple jelly with iridescent shifting flakes, blue to green microflakes, green metallic microflakes, blue metallic microflakes, turquoise metallic flake microflakes, and ultra hollow silver holographic microflakes. This polish is absolutely stunning. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. I had absolutely no application issues. There was no running, no pooling. There was no staining. This polish is jam-packed full of flakies, so you might get the tiniest little bit of texture, but really it's barely there. Nothing that 1 coat of Cuticula's Limitless top coat, which is also available from the polish pickup, will not take care of and make nice and smooth. My swatches for this do lean a little bit more on the blue side. This is a touch more purple than you're going to see in my video or my swatch, but I would recommend looking at my photos for better color accuracy. But just be aware this is a touch more purple than you're going to see. So the Limitless Top Coat that I mentioned is coming in a duo this month with Cuticula's Nail Nectar, which is her cuticle oil. It is going to be in the scent Wild Passionfruit Bellini, and it is sold as a duo only, and it is going to sell for $16. This was inspired by a Passionfruit Bellini. The top coat comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and the Nail Nectar will be 10 milliliters. There will be 290 of this duo available and 10 in the UK. Cuticula has also teamed up with Vapid Wax to bring you this beautiful Wild Passionfruit Bellini scents to be on your nails and also around your house with your wax warmer. So you can check out Vapid's listing under Vapid Wax. The Wild Passionfruit Bellini smells really good. Honestly, I probably smelled my nails for like the last month, and I honestly don't know what I'm smelling. I think it's just the passion fruit. It's fruity and it's very light, and I really enjoy it. It's not overpowering in any way, shape, or form. So if you are a little bit sensitive, this would be a great one to try out. This top coat dries really quickly. It never shrinks. It doesn't smear my manicure, which you're going to see here. That's what you've been watching me do some nail art in honor of the duo. And you're going to also see how well it cooperates with the stamping. Basically what you should do is just get a nice little bead on your brush. You don't want the bristles to touch your nail art, because no matter what top coat you use, if your bristles touch it, you're going to smear. Put a nice thick bead on, float it over your manicure, and it comes off nice and glossy. The Nail Nectar is very hydrating. You just need a little dab on your cuticles, you rub it in, and it will keep your nails nice and hydrated and looking gorgeous. So there you have Cuticula's contributions for June. The next polish that we are going to look at is Dollish polish, and it's called Give Me a Beat. Gimme a Beat. It is going to sell for $13. It was inspired by Sweet Beet Margaritas. It's going to come in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. It is described as a vibrant orchid pink jelly that is jam-packed with iridescent microflakes and glitter. This polish had a wonderful formula. It does start off a little bit sheer on the first coat, but I had no trouble building to opacity in 3. There is a lot going on in this polish, so you might have a little bit of texture, but it's nothing that one coat of a good glossy top coat won't take care of and make nice and smooth for you. Had no application issues with this. There was no running, no pooling, there's no staining. As I said, it might dry a little bit textured, but that little bit of texture will not give you any difficulty to remove. So my swatches of Gimme a Beat from Dollish Polish are going to show you 3 coats and a glossy top coat followed by a matte top coat. This next polish is from Dreamland Lacquer, and it is called Frostbite Margarita. It is going to sell for $12. It was inspired by the Frostbite Margarita. There will be 250 bottles available in the US, 20 in the UK, and it will come in a 15 milliliter bottle. It was described as a medium turquoise blue curly that is filled with a mix of iridescent flakes. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had no application issues at all. There was no running, no pooling, no staining. Those flakies laid on my nails nice and flat. I didn't notice texture, and this is not going to be difficult to remove. This polish is absolutely gorgeous. You know I love blue. You know I love this bright sky shade of blue. It is phenomenal. My swatches are going to show you 3 coats with a glossy top coat followed by a matte top coat. The next polish that we're going to have a look at is from Ethereal Lacquer, and this is Dragon Drink. It's going to sell for $12.50. It will come in a 16 milliliter bottle. There is no cap, so you can buy as many as you want. It was inspired by Dragon Drinks, and it is described as a bright neon pinky purple base that's full of copper to pink to green shifting flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had no application issues at all. There was no running, no pooling, no staining. This polish is a little bit brighter in person. My camera muted it a little bit. Neons never play nice with my camera, but if you love this, you just want to turn it up a little bit, you're going to absolutely love this polish. Nothing in here is going to dry textured, and nothing is going to be difficult for you to remove. So my swatches are going to show you Ethereal Lacquer's Dragon Drink and a glossy top coat. The next polish that we're going to have a look at is from Great Lakes Lacquer, and it is called Coladas Are Calling and I Must Go. It's going to sell for $13. It was inspired by Sunset Coladas. It's coming in a 15 milliliter bottle. There will be 200 available in the United States and 10 in the UK. It is described as a hot berry base that is filled with iridescent flakes that shift from orange to gold to green, a bit of shimmer to match a soft scattered holographic. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I did choose to use 3 coats because I did find that it deepened the color just a little bit, and I love berry base like colors, so I absolutely loved how it looked in 3 coats. Nothing in here is going to dry textured, and nothing in here is going to give you any difficulty to remove. So my swatches are showing you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Jreine, and it is called On the Rocks. It is going to sell for $13, and it was inspired by Blue Crane on the Rocks. It'll come in a 16 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. This is described as a bright blue jelly base that's loaded with a ton of red to copper to gold to green chromatic shimmers. This polish is absolutely stunning and oh so shifty. Like, anytime you move your hands, you're going to see a different shift. It's so much fun. The formula is excellent. It goes on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. Nothing in there is going to dry textured, and nothing is going to be difficult or messy for you to remove. This polish was opaque for me in 3 coats, and I'm using Jreine's own glossy top coat to finish it off. It dried very nicely and very shiny and very quickly. I like this top coat, and I would definitely recommend it if you're ever in Jreine's shop and you want to check it out. The next product that we're going to have a look at is the Pixie Magic Kit from Jreine, and this is in the pigment called Lyra. This is going to sell for $15. There is no cap on this. The Pixie Magic Kit was inspired by cocktails, and it is described as having a super sparkling shift of violet, fuchsia, gold, and green. The pigment comes in a little pot, which is 0.30 grams, and the super base is a mini at 5 milliliters. This is, first what I'm showing you right now is the base color that I chose to use, and I chose to use Jreine's own VNL, which stands for Visible Nail Line Veil. It is a beautiful nude color, so I used 2 coats of it, and then I sealed it off with my glossy top coat, which is also from Jreine. And then as I wait for the glossy top coat to completely dry, because you want your glossy top coat and your base polish to be completely dry, I go in and I apply the liquid latex. The liquid latex just provides some protection for any extra mess that the powder might spill over onto your skin. If you want to just skip this step, you could always just use a baby wipe or just wash your hands when everything is completely dry. So then after, you go in and you apply your super base. And this comes in the kit. You apply it, you wait about 45 seconds, and then you will go in with your pigment. So what I'm showing you here is just how the Pixie Magic Kit looks when you get it. So you're just going to open it, and then it's got that little tab that will protect from excess spillage. So when you open it, it's not going to make a mess on you. So then what I do is I seal it back up, turn it over, and give it a good shake so that I can get a lot of pigment out onto the top, so I can use my applicator brush, which also comes in the kit, and to pick up some pigment. And then I'm just going to pat it onto my nail real quick. I just do this initial pat because I'm always afraid that I'm just going to peel off my polish because it's not going to be dry because I'm impatient and I didn't wait. So I always try to go in and start off gentle to get a feel for how my nail polish is. And then I'll just begin the burnishing, and you're just going to use your little eyeshadow applicator brush to do the burnishing. I've also used my finger or the eyeshadow brush. They both work absolutely fine. You're going to want to make sure that you hit up the sidewalls and go over you're wrapping your tips, because I've also forgotten to do that where I didn't do a close enough application, and it kind of looks like when you put on makeup and you forget to do your neck, so you've got that line where you see the contrast. So you're definitely just going to want to make sure you hit up your entire nail. And then you're just going to go in after you peel off your latex. Most of it is already cleaned up, so you're just going to go in with a little brush, do a little extra cleaning, and then you're just going to seal it up with your glossy top coat. I'm using Jreine's own glossy top coat here for a nice shiny, and you're just going to see all the shifts, and you're definitely going to want to check out the Polish Pickups website for this, because all the different shifts on this polish with darker colors are insane and absolutely gorgeous. So that was the Pixie Magic Kit. The next polish that we're going to have a look at is from Kathleen Co. And this is Cotton Candy Cocktail. It's going to sell for $12. Come in a 15 milliliter bottle. There will be 290 bottles available in the US and 10 in the UK. It was inspired by cocktails, topped off with fluffy, sugary cotton candy. And it is described as a light blue base with glowy shimmer that shifts from blue to pink to orange at extreme angles. This polish had a great formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I didn't have any application issues. There was no running, no pooling. I had no staining. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured or give you any kind of difficulty to remove. Those little shimmers can make a mess though, so once you remove it, what I usually do is I have one of these like shimmer polishes. I'll go and once I'm done removing, I'll take a clean cotton pad and dip it in acetone or my nail polish remover and just go over the finger one more time just to clear off any little extra sparkles that get left behind. I was able to achieve full opacity in 3 coats, and my swatches are going to show you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Lollipop Posse Lacquer, and it's called To San Antonio with Love. It's going to sell for $12. It comes in a 12 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. It was inspired by the Sangria Margarita from La Gloria, which was a beautiful, authentic Mexican restaurant that's found in Pearl Brewery area of San Antonio. It is described as a neon red crelly that's filled with flakies that shift orange to gold to red and green. This polish had a spectacular formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had no application issues whatsoever, no running, no pooling. There was no staining. This polish did not dry textured, and it will not be difficult to remove. I absolutely love this one. I had to swatch it last one night when I was doing my swatches just because I had to wear it for the next day. It is such a pretty color. It's one of those ones that, no, if you're in different lighting, it's going to look different on you, and it's gorgeous. This next polish is a thermal polish, and it is from Lei'd Designs, and it is called Laid Back. It was inspired by a Maui mule. It is going to come in a 15 milliliter bottle. There's no cap. It is a dark blurple to gray, blue, peach tri-thermal with red to green to gold shifting aurora shimmer, pink to gold shifting flakies, and a boatload of violet to pink to copper to orange shifting flakes. This polish had an absolutely excellent formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had no application issues. There was no running. I had no pooling. I had no staining. This polish was pretty much opaque for me in 2, but I know that when I have a lighter thermal in its warm state, I tend to always try to go in for a 3rd just because even though it's opaque in its cold state when it's darker, I want it to be more opaque when it's warmer. If it makes sense to you, I don't know, but you probably can get away with 2 quite easily. Nothing in there is going to dry textured. Nothing will be difficult to remove. The thermal was very reactive and quite beautiful. Next up is from Pampered Polishes, and this is Extra Dirty. It's going to sell for $13. There's no cap. It is described as an olive green crelly that is loaded with warm ultra chrome chameleon flakies, red flakies, holographic flakies, and ultra hollow glitter. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and evenly and stayed exactly where I put it. I had no running, no pooling, I had no staining. Nothing in here is going to dry textured, and nothing is going to give you any kind of difficulty to remove. When I was applying this, I did get like a tiny black streak. I let the maker, Timberland, know. She said she had already noticed it when she was swatching it herself, and she's taking care of it, so you won't have to worry about it, but I did want to mention it just to be fully transparent with you guys. So my swatches are going to show you 2 coats of Extra Dirty and a glossy top coat followed by a matte top coat. This next polish is from Penelope Luz, and it is called Pattaya Drinks. It's going to sell for $13. It was inspired by the Pattaya Vianna, a drink that, besides being delicious, has a beautiful color. It comes in a 10 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. It is described as a vibrant violet jelly base with iridescent flakes in a warm tone, a little pink, and gold glitter. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues. There was no running, there was no pooling. I had no staining. This is more of a pigmented color, so you might want to go in with a base coat just for safety's sake in case you are more prone to staining. I did not have any when I swatched it, but as always, your results may vary. This polish didn't give me too much trouble to remove. It was a little bit harder than your average like holographic polish, just a tiny bit more scrubbing, but it isn't hard like a glitter bomb or anything like that. So there you have it. The next polish that we're going to have a look at is from Polished for Days. It's called Seize the Day. It's going to sell for $12.50. It was inspired by a blue Hawaiian. It's going to come in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. It is described as a seafoam base with glowing pink to yellow to green iridescent flakes and scattered micro holographic flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had no application issues at all. I had no running, no pooling. There was no staining. This polish didn't dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. This polish is absolutely beautiful. The shimmer in there stands out so gorgeously. I absolutely love the seafoam colored base. It is just so like sea. It just reminds me of the sea and the water, and it is absolutely stunning. My swatches of it are showing you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Red Eye Lacquer, and it's called You're Mocking My Tail. It's going to sell for $12. It was inspired by the unicorn mocktail. It's going to come in an 11 milliliter bottle, and there will be 100 available in the US and 10 bottles available in the UK. It is described as a red base with aqua and teal shimmers, emerald shimmer, and a slight red shimmer. This polish is beautiful. It had a fantastic formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had no application issues whatsoever. There was no running, no pooling. I had no staining. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured, and nothing is going to be difficult to remove. This is such a fun polish. I absolutely adore those little shimmers in there. They're subtle, but they do pop. It's really, really pretty, and it's a unique effect. This next polish is from Rogue Lacquer, and it is called Purple Flavored. It's going to sell for $12.50. It was inspired by grape soda, and there is no cap. It is a vibrant purple crelly base that's loaded with orange to pink to gold shifting iridescent flakes. This polish had a phenomenal formula. It went on very smoothly and evenly. It did start off a bit sheer, but I was able to build to full opacity in 3 coats. This polish had no application issues, no running, no pooling. I had no staining. Nothing in here is going to give you any kind of difficulty to remove. Those flakes this polish is jam-packed with flakes, so you might have a teeny tiny bit of texture, but it's nothing that's going to give you any kind of difficulty to remove. My swatches of this is going to show you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is also from Rogue Lacquer, and it is a soy-based nail polish remover. It's going to sell for $7. It was inspired by Cabernet wine, and it has a light scent of Cabernet wine. It is a soy-based nail polish remover, so it's gentle on your skin and your nails. It comes in a 2-ounce bottle, and this is a glass bottle. Soy-based polish removers are generally better for your nails since they contain vitamins and oils, and they moisturize and strengthen and hydrate while removing your polish instead of stripping it like acetone does. So basically what I did was I just poured it on a cotton pad, and then I just wrapped my nail and I held it there for like 10 to 15 seconds, and then I pulled it off, and then you'll see most of the nail polish does come off. When I pull it off, you're going to see how the oil's in there. It's nice and hydrating. So most of it does come off. I would recommend nail polish clips if you have them, just because I think this would make it for an easier job. You could just put them all on, and then you could remove them one by one. So I just scrubbed it off. Honestly, this whole process really didn't take that long at all, and it left my nails super hydrated. I was pleasantly surprised. I never had a good experience with non-acetone nail polish removers, so I was kind of skeptical for the soy, but this worked really well. I would buy this over a non-acetone nail polish remover any day. And I don't know what Cabernet wine taste smells like, but this smells phenomenal. It smells good enough to eat. It kind of reminded me of Dimetapp that my mom used to give me when I was a kid, and I loved that medicine. It's tasted so good. This smells great. Next up is from the Dawn Diva, and this is Margarita Frida. It's going to sell for $13. It comes in an 11 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. It was inspired by Galaxy Margaritas, and it is a tri-colored thermal that goes from a deep purpley blue to a delicate lavender. It has pink, gold, and green flakes swirling throughout the polish. They are delicate, like a delicate twinkling nebula for a truly celestial feel. This polish had a fantastic formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. I absolutely love those flakes. They are so pretty and they are so beautiful. If you add a matte top coat, I wore this polish for long weekends just because it's so gorgeous. And with the tri-thermal, there's a lot going on and it always looks fun. I topped it off here with Dawn Diva's own top coat. It is nice and glossy for a great finish, dries very quickly, and shiny, no shrinking either. So my swatches, did I say this? There was no application issues at all, no running, no pooling, no staining. Nothing is going to dry textured at all, and nothing is going to be difficult for you to remove. My swatches are showing you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. And the last polish that we're looking at today is from the brand Whatcha, and it is called Maleficent Drink. It's going to sell for $13. It was inspired by the purple drink in Maleficent. It comes in a 10 milliliter bottle. There will be 200 available in the US and 15 in the UK. It is described as an electric purple crelly with hex red glitters. This polish had a fantastic formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. Stayed right where I put it. Those glitters spread out nice and evenly across the nail. You don't have to do any fishing for them. They come right out. My swatches of this actually are color accurate because I did go in and correct them. This video does pull a little bit more blue. So pay attention to the color in my swatches because it's far more important than the video. The video, you just want to look at the application because the color is a little bit off in the video. This polish will dry textured because it does have glitter in it, and it will be a little bit more difficult to remove than your average polish, but it really wasn't terrible. It was like a medium for removal. So there you have it. It was a pick for me in 2 coats. So that wraps up this month's polish pickup video. I thank you for watching. Let me know what your favorite is. Let me know which ones you're going to get. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks, guys.